Hello and welcome to Graceful Connections presented by Academy for the Soul. I'm your host, Sophie Bidar, and the co-creator of Graceful Connections together with Christel Hughes, founder of Academy for the Soul, the online school for intuitive arts. Graceful Connections is an adventure of exploration, discovery, healing, liberation, growth, and truthful expression, which is facilitated, amplified, magnified, and blessed really with grace. Because all of our gatherings are held in the orb of grace, which is where graceful connections are woven between you and our expert speakers, your graceful guides to creating heaven on earth. So thank you for joining today, and whether you are on the live call or the replay, thank you for bringing your beautiful presence, the contribution of your unique vibration within the orb of grace. And today we're together for live intuitive readings galore with Virginia Rounds Griffiths. First, let's begin with creating our sacred space. So I invite you to relax and take a few deep breaths. Breathing out all that does not belong to this moment. Let's bring all of your attention, all of your presence here and now. We set our intention that our time together, all that is shared in words and beyond the words, all the energies that we call in and flows of our highest good, our evolution, and be of service to the highest good of all. You can decide to open your heart or open it even more and be ready to receive. And you can decide to open your mind or open it even more and be ready to receive. Remembering your connection to the center, to the heart of the earth, and your connection to the center, to the heart of the universe. So that you are held, both grounded and suspended. You are safe, relaxed, and ready, and open to receive. Now I'm calling the orb of grace from the heart of the universe and placing the orb of grace around our group, our gathering, each and every one of us. That we be held in the orb of grace and infused with grace all along our time together. Let's take a moment to adjust to the purity and the subtle high frequency of grace, allowing it to gracefully dissolve, realign, harmonize, amplify, magnify all that needs to be so, in purest alignment with divine will and the divine order of grace. And breathe. Beautiful. Now, within our sacred space of the Orb of Grace, I'm delighted to welcome again our brilliant expert speaker, Virginia Rounds Griffiths. She's your graceful guide into the healing and realignment of your three hearts, physical, emotional, and spiritual. so that you can tap into the power of all your three hearts in unison to create heaven on earth. It is so wonderful to have you with us again today, Virginia. Welcome.
Thank you, Sophie. It's such a pleasure, as always, to be in this beautiful orb of grace that you have created. And of course, it connects with your group of these beautiful souls that it's my pleasure to be able to speak with today. And I'm grateful. Thank you.
We're very grateful to have you. Thank you, Virginia. And yes, I mentioned being with Virginia again because we've had a fascinating video meetup with Virginia a couple of days ago. And if you missed it, you want to be sure to catch up. You have the link on your webcast and on your replay page. Virginia shared many unique insights about the heart, so much that I've named her the Heart Doctor in honoring her expertise in all matters of the heart. Again, all three hearts, physical, emotional, spiritual. We're so blessed to have you, Virginia, to guide and support us in the healing and realignment of our three hearts, that we may become the heart masters that we are meant to be. So today we're going to dive right there into the exploration of your own personal heart issues. Virginia will do intuitive readings for you. So to request your reading, to come on the line with Virginia, you can press *2 if you're on the phone, or click raise hand if you're on the webcast, or you can place your request in the Q&A box on the web. And the question to ask Virginia for your reading is, what's my number one point of heart incoherence? Now, while you do that, raise your hand, put your question in the Q&A box. Before we get started, Virginia, are there any highlights that you want to share from our meetup, any key takeaways that you would like to remind everyone about that would set the stage for the intuitive readings today? Anything about the heart incoherence maybe that you're going to do the readings about, and how significant it is?
Indeed. Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate your giving me this chance to just bring people's attention to the fact that, because this is something that we don't notice as we go through our lives, we forget that we have these three hearts that connect all the time. They're constantly in this role of connecting, but at the same time, they're also in this role of disconnecting because of our not giving it the consciousness that it needs. Like everything else, we are programmed to just go through life in an automatic way. We just take things for granted, and we just expect that everything's going to work for us. So when we do have a hiccup and we have a heart issue, and suddenly, maybe somebody has a heart attack or their palpitations, and so it brings their focus then to their physical heart. Now, and we're going through our day, we forget about all this kind of stuff until something like that happens. And then all of a sudden it's like this jolt that brings us into the now, that, hello, what is going on with my heart? And taking into consideration, we always think it's physical. That's the way it is. Because we don't automatically think outside the box and think, now hang on, if I've got a heart issue, why is this so? How did it start? Where did it begin? And is this genetic? All of those things, which are part of our energy matrix. So what we forget is the fact that this is all coming from an emotional component of who we are, of our energy matrix. It can also come from the disconnect of our connection to source. And so the three hearts, this is why the spiritual heart, the emotional heart, and the physical heart as one benefit us on every level that we could possibly think of. But because we have all this disconnect, we forget that these other parts all fit in together and make us bring in the well-being that we know is ours, our birthright. But because of our conditioning through life, we've forgotten all of that. And that's really, it gives us a big shock when we realize that we are having some kind of physical issue with the heart. And that's usually because of all of the emotional disconnect and the spiritual disconnect. So this is why the three hearts, when they're in unison and when they're in coherence, we are in our best possible place to be. We're in that place of grace, for want of a better word.
For sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. That, I think, perfectly sets the stage for our readings. So let's get started with the readings. It's wonderful that there are so many requests. So thank you all for your interest. We'll do our best to get everyone served. Yeah. Let's set this intention to get everyone served. And for that purpose, you're welcome to make yours a reading that is offered to someone else. If it touches you, if it resonates with you, if it triggers you as well, if it gives you chills or shivers or knowing, then that's for you as well. And in that way, for sure, everyone will be served today. And I want to let you know that there will be a special announcement towards the end of our time together. So make sure to stay all along to really make the best of this opportunity we have with Virginia. With that, let's get started. We're going to take live callers, then we'll go to the Q&A, and we'll go back and forth. Let's go first to New Orleans with Vladana. Unmuting you, Vladana. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. Vladana, we cannot hear you. Are you there? Can't hear you. Okay, I'll come back to you. Let's go to some unknown location, but you are signed up as Nitu, so unmuting you, Nitu. Hold on. Hello, Nitu, are you there?
I'm there. Hello. Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel so excited and honored to be picked and also the first caller, so thank you.
You're
so
welcome.
My question is, what's my number one point of heart incoherence?
Sure. Give me a second to be in Nitu.
Thank you, Virginia.
My dear, I'm getting emotional. Does that surprise you?
Yes.
You don't feel that you're emotional?
Oh, no, I know I'm very emotional.
That's your number one, emotions. Okay.
So is that a good thing or something? How can I work with that? Because it comes into sort of, I'm experiencing physical pain, like in my left knee. I've had this pain that just doesn't budge. And I'm just wondering how that's related to the left knee.
Well, if I'm reading you right now, I get that you've had trauma. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, trauma will always set up emotional stress of some kind. Okay? Now, take into consideration, knees, anything in the legs, means that we're afraid of going forward, or we're stagnant and we're not going forward. Does that resonate for you, Dawn?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay, so these are all the components. These are all the parts that fit together. And when you're afraid of going forward, anything in the legs, that is usually the issue. All right? Either you're afraid to do so, or you're stagnant and you can't find your way to do so. Which one does that refer to for you?
Yeah, it does feel stagnant. Like I feel stuck, that I can't create my purpose, even though I'm yearning to share my gifts with the world.
And you know, you're not on your own there, girl. There's so many out there that are wanting to do the same. But think about it this way: you've got to get some coherence in your emotional life. Do you find that you're on a roller coaster? You do the roller coaster thing with emotions?
It's more of the healing roller coaster. So I've done so much work on healing the trauma and the emotions and the past, the pain and the wounds. But there's still something there which is stopping me. I'm not feeling emotional all the time. I'm feeling an overflow of joy and happiness and freedom in myself. But yet there's still things there which have kept me stuck of moving forward.
You see, the first thing I picked up with you was emotional, that we were number one, stopping you from the 3 hearts coherence. And number 2 was the trauma. The trauma is still there, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's still there. You really need to. Go ahead.
Yeah, a bit later, Virginia's going to talk again, as we talked during the meetup, about this wonderful offering triple heart coherence. So we're going to get all the details about it then. And you asked me, Nitu, how can you work on this? Well, you're in the right place. Now, what I would like to ask you, Virginia, can you scan which option 1 with the private session or option 2, which option is the best for Nitu for her highest good?
So from my perspective, whenever is trauma involved, it's usually better to have a one-on-one. Does that make sense? Yeah, because even though we do have the group healings, which are really powerful, and we do a lot of work in those group healings, which are going to be with part of option 1 anyway. But from my perspective, having a private reading is always much more in-depth. Does that make sense?
Session. Yeah. Okay.
So thank you.
All right. Yeah. Stay with us, Nitu, and you'll find out all about this and the special announcement that's coming towards the end. All right. Thank you, Nitu. You're in the right place again. Blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Bye-bye. All right. Let's go to Tallinn in Estonia with Marion. I'm unmuting you, Marion. Hello.
Hi, Marion.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello. Welcome, Marion.
Hi, Sophie. Hi, Virginia.
Hi. Welcome.
Me and Virginia had a one-on-one in the end of September, and she worked on my heart and my trauma a lot. So I'm just wondering if she maybe can just tune in and see like where I am with all that right now.
So I'll just stick with what is your number 1, and then let's have a look. I get really, the majority of this is emotional. Yes? Yeah. And there's a little bit
person.
Yeah, and then there's also a little bit of the physical involved here as well. So the emotion has tipped over into your physical, Marianne. Yeah?
So with the package benefit, option 1, option 2?
I would say option 2 for Marianne. She'd get a lot of help from that, because we're going to be in the group sessions, and powerful things happen in group calls, powerful things, and I love them because everybody's bringing their different energies to them. And I was told this scenario. So you're meditating, just say for instance you're meditating on your own at home. That's beautiful. You're getting all that wonderful energy that comes down to you as an individual. Now, when you think of 10 people together meditating at the same time as a group, imagine the power of that meditation. And the same thing happens with group sessions. So that's what I love. I love the group sessions because that's what they do. Yeah.
Okay. So, Marianne, option 2 for you. Stay with us to find out all about it.
Thanks, Marianne.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings. Thank you. All right. Let's see if we can have Vladana. I'm unmuting you, Vladana. Let's see if we can have you on the line. Hello. No, can't hear you. Okay. Well, we're going to go then to Austin with Alison. I'm unmuting you, Alison. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi. Is this on the phone or the computer?
We can hear you. So just go ahead and request your reading from Virginia. You're on the computer. You need to speak closer to your microphone, please.
I have worked with Virginia many times, And
Hi, Alison. Mm-hmm.
yes, and I
Oh dear, this is not a good
Okay,
connection.
you're getting cut. Virginia, let's just do a reading for Alison.
Yeah, sure. So let's have a look at Alison. Again, emotional and quite strong as well. And there's also the spiritual disconnect with Alison too. So she's got those two going on there. When I look at her, I get a lot of trauma for Alison as well, which no doubt is what's happening with the emotions. So all of this is connecting. This is the roadmap, and it's like this vicious circle. What do you call that thing? Catch-22. You know, like being on a trampoline, and it just keeps going around and around on a treadmill. And so yes, the emotion. You notice that the component here is emotions. The common denominator for everyone so far. The emotions. That really come to the fore. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you, Alison, for
option one, you mentioned trauma. So when you said wherever there is trauma, we would say option one with the private session, if possible,
yes.
right?
Yes,
okay.
indeed, yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Alison. Thank you. Blessings. All right, let's go to Pompano Beach, Florida with Thomas.
Hi.
You're signed up as Thomas. Okay, yes, that's not Thomas, but hello,
I'm sorry,
welcome. What is your name, please?
My husband's name,
That's
the phone
okay.
is under his name. This is
That's
Ilka.
okay.
Hi,
Ilka, welcome, Ilka. Yes, welcome.
Hi. Okay, so let's have a look. What is your name again?
This is Ilka. Remember, I asked you that even a week before about the heart, because somebody told me I have like a box around my heart, but at that time I just asked this question. Whatever you can tell me, please.
Sure, let's have a look here. Oh, there's a lot of emotional stuff here, Ilka. Yeah, a lot. Oh my goodness me. Phew. And I get the most number one component is your emotions, and number two is the spiritual. So I'm almost guessing that you can't, because of the emotional component of things that are going on in your life, that your disconnect to source is paramount. Does that make sense? It's there. Are you able to connect with source?
Like fear and all that?
Everything done. Yeah. When you do meditations, or when you try and do meditations, are you getting any recognition? Are you getting any energy coming through? Any clearance from that?
Well, I feel better when I do meditation, and I breathe through my mouth kind of in the morning, like breathing exercises through my mouth in and out, and visualize light and all that grounding. And I've been doing the 30 minutes that you told me to do, but not like every day to do the 30 minutes that you suggested.
So in other words, you're doing a lot of things from your mind, but you're not going to your heart for it. Is that right?
What should I do to go to her?
Well, if you listen to the replay of the call that we did with Sophie
in January,
on Wednesday. We just did a replay on Wednesday.
One.
Video. Yes. Just 2 days.
You will find there how to go to your heart. Okay?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And stay with us. Triple heart coherence. So for Ilka, option one or option two, what do you see, Virginia?
I think that she should work with option one, because there's a lot of connection that she needs. There's a lot of there's a lot.
So just a quick
Thank
question:
you, Ilka.
Is this what it makes me not able to breathe so well? Is this part of what is causing that, or?
Well, if you listen to that replay, you will hear about what happens when you find it hard to breathe. It's on there as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Many answers for you. Many answers for you. Now stay with us. Stay with
Okay,
us
thank
right
you,
now.
because
The
I've had
whole
this
call,
for
and
years.
after you catch up. Okay.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ilka.
Love you
Thank you
both.
so much. Blessings.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to New Hampshire with Twyla. Unmuting you, Twyla. Hello.
Hi, Twyla.
Are you there? We cannot hear you. Hello, Twyla.
Oops, we can now.
Now we can hear you. But okay, let's move on to the next caller. We're going to Port Charlotte, Florida. 2474 are the last digits. I'm unmuting you. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Good
Welcome.
afternoon.
What's your name? Thank
My name
you.
is Maria, and blessings to you, Maria Barajas. I'm wondering if there is any heart incoherence. I love and appreciate you, Virginia.
Thank you, Maria. Let's have a look at yours, darling. So, what a surprise. Emotional, Maria. Does that make sense to you, girl?
Actually, I've done a lot to release, through the chakras and a lot of meditation. So, yeah, is there anything I can hone in upon specifically?
Well, again, I don't know whether you listened to the recording of the replay of what we did on Wednesday, the video, because that's really, it was impacting a lot of in messages in there, a lot of tools and a lot of different ways of going forward, and especially with the emotions. So now the emotions. Now I'm just going to have a look at your energy system here, energy matrix, and I'm going to ask you this question: do you have limiting beliefs, Maria?
I've done my best to eradicate them.
All right, Donna, you hear my voice change?
Yes.
Did you? Yeah. So when my voice changes, that means that I'm picking up that there's still a lot of limiting beliefs that you're holding. Now, when you have limiting beliefs, it means that it's stopping your dreams from coming true. Does that make sense to you?
I would definitely love to get rid of them then.
Yeah. So one of the MP3s in this is about releasing your limiting beliefs, because those are the things that hold us from being all that we can be. They kill our dreams. And also they cause emotional, that's all part of the emotional component. Okay? So you're not on your own, Maria. You're not on your own here at all. You're just like one of so many of us because of our programming from our youth, from when we were little, even in vitro. So you'll hear about all that if you watch that video, because it was a very actually informative video, wasn't it, Sophie?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
very, very complete. Well, the heart doctor, I didn't. Yeah, you touch on so much. I mean, honestly, I wasn't just joking. It was really seriously such an expertise, and so much has been shared. So definitely go and catch up with the replay now. For Maria, what do you see best, option 1 or option 2?
Maria would probably benefit from, she would benefit from option 2, Maria. So all the best with that, darling. When you come on the call, people have their, you can have your questions and answers and all that sort of thing. And we do a lot of healing in the calls as well. A lot of that goes on. It's not just an informative thing. It's actually, and I get very sort of, I'm very impromptu, Sophie. So if something comes up, and I will just go straight into clearing it. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Maria.
Thanks,
Blessings.
Maria.
Thank you. All right. Wonderful. Let's try again with Twyla. I'm unmuting you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, you can hear me.
Hi.
Yay.
Yes, welcome. Yay. Welcome. Glad we can have you on the line. Yes.
Thank you so much. So I'm wondering what my number 1 point of heart incoherence is, Virginia. If you could help me with that, please.
I'll see what we can do here. So let's have a look. I'm getting two components. One is emotional and the other is a spiritual one. Does that make sense to you, lovely, or not? I know if
yes,
a lot
I'm
of
very
people...
emotional. I'm very spiritual.
What, Donna?
I am very emotional, yes, and spiritual, yes.
So what I'm saying is, a lot of times we do a lot of work. Everybody says, I've been doing all this work. How come I'm still not connected to that spiritual part of me, the spiritual heart of me? And that's because your energy matrix, there are so many components here. And I think in the one-on-ones, this is what I'll do. We'll clear out all of your, if there's any entities, we clear that out. We're going to clear out your energy matrix. Do you understand? These are all your subtle bodies. This is your thought forms. These are your cords. We repair the auric shield. All of that is done in the one-to-ones. And a lot of people say to me, you know, I do all this work, and then I say, okay, so is it possible that you take 2 steps forward and 4 steps back? Is this a trend? So you tell me, please, lovely.
Absolutely.
Does this mean?
Absolutely. It seems like that.
Sorry?
Yes, I can only get so far, and then I'm pushed all the way back.
I'm Sophie, I can't understand it.
Yes, there is echo, but she says yes. She says yes.
Yeah, sorry, lovely. That is just a fact, because our energy matrix is clogged with all of the dross and the negative stuff that we carry through life. It's coming at us every day. But if you don't have a spiritual practice and you don't do it on a daily basis, then the 2 steps forward, 4 steps back is going to be your reality from now until the next 5 years or so. Sorry, Danny?
You're meaning like meditation or something like that every day?
No, it's not necessary. No. It's clearing out your energy. You've got there's more than you. There's many different energy bodies, as there are all of the chakras. Right? They're all energy centers. Yeah. So if those are blocked, so if I look at your so I'm looking at your base chakra right now, it's blocked. Your sacrum is blocked. Your solar plexus is blocked. Your heart is blocked. A lot of people don't realize how blocked they are.
Am I doing that myself? Am I doing that to myself?
There's just stuff coming out us every day, darling. You're not on your own. This happens to us. As humans, this is what's happening. But if we don't do a spiritual practice and make sure we work at it every day, then that's going to stay clogged. And this is why the 2 steps forward, 4 steps back.
Like spiritual practice as in like what? Like meditating, or like what does that mean exactly, a spiritual practice? So like, can you give me an example of what one would be?
Well, if you were to do if you were to come and do the option 1 with me, that's where you'll do it. Well, we'll do it for you there, and then you can use that replay, the recording, on an ongoing basis.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you so much, Virginia.
Yeah,
thank
you. The option 1 for you, Twyla. Yes, blessings. Thank you, Twyla. We take care of our physical bodies. We take a shower or bath. We brush our teeth. We do these things, right? We need to have the same care for our emotional body and our spiritual as well. And it is spiritual hygiene, and it should be non-negotiable. It's as much as brushing our teeth and taking shower. It is as essential to our well-being and our health and our life. So that's what it's all about. All right, thank you so much.
It's an inside job, Sophie. It's an inside job.
Yeah,
we got to do the inner work to be able to radiate that out in the most purest way that we can. And that's when you start to really walk in your mastery, really empower yourselves, and you are certain of who you are. You're confident of who you are. You have clarity of thought. Everything starts to fall into place.
That's right.
And you start doing a spiritual hygiene practice every day.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. So thank you for bringing that up, Twyla, and allowing this to be shared for everyone.
Yes, thank you, Twyla, because this actually is for everyone. This is not just you, darling. It's for we all are experiencing the same thing. As Sophie said, you know, we take all the time in the world to have a shower, to look good, put our makeup on, our beautiful best clothes, and out we go, and we face the world that way. But the real power lies within you and the work you do from within. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
yeah,
Sophie.
thank you. Yeah, of course. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go to San Francisco, California with Kim. Unmuting you, Kim. Hello.
Hi, Virginia. Hi, Sophie.
Hi, welcome, Kim.
Thank you so
Hello,
much.
Kim.
Hi, Virginia. I love Virginia.
Hi,
I'm
lovely.
also one of her fans.
How big
and
fans?
I'd
Oh, wonderful.
yeah, one of her
That's
team.
sweet.
And I'd love to know what my number one heart
Sure.
incoherence is.
So looking at
Oh, here we go. I'm burping, Virginia.
she's the queen of the burpers.
I'm a burper.
When she's releasing, that's what happens. And you know, she's not on her own. Others do the same. So looking at your emotional heart, darling. Is that a surprise?
No.
Yeah, your emotional component. Your physical heart, I'm not getting an issue with that. And I look at your spiritual heart, and that's good too, because you're obviously, you know, doing what work you are doing for your spiritual connection. But it's the emotional heart that I'm picking up here. And I really have to say this, that I'm not picking up trauma for you, lovely. Does that make sense to you or not? Yeah.
Well, that's great, because we just worked on that last week, so.
We did, but I didn't know what the you know the end result would have been for you, because we just we did the session, and then you know I haven't spoken to you since then. But when I go into that phase where I always find it, I'm not picking it up. All right.
Wow.
And
well
so
done. Well done.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled with that.
Keep up the good work. So, what do you see, Virginia, for Kim? Option 1 or option 2?
Option 2, yeah. There's very little that I'm picking up in Kim, except for the emotional stuff that's going on.
Okay.
That's it. And she's big clear. Well done. Well done.
Wonderful. Well done. Keep up the good work. You're on good tracks. Keep going.
Thank you so
Wonderful.
much.
Thank you, Kim. Blessings. All right. We'll come back to take more live callers. I want to go to the Q&A because there are so many requests. That's really wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Let's go. Let me see where we go. Let's go to Earth. We have Elizabeth on Earth, so you're going to know that it's for you, Elizabeth. Glad to know you're on Earth. Yes. For Elizabeth, what's the number one point of heart incoherence?
It's interesting because with Elizabeth, I'm getting spiritual heart. The spiritual component is not quite connected. She's the only one so far that I've found. I'm not picking up emotional, believe it or not. But I'm just going to check and see. I'm just going to look at the trauma. I'm not even picking up on trauma with her. But I'm definitely picking up that there's a spiritual blockage for, goodness me, what was her name?
Elizabeth.
Sorry, yeah. Sometimes when the energy comes down, my brain goes mushy.
It takes over.
It just gets a bit mushy. So, let's have a look at. Have a look at her energy. I get a lot of clogging, and I don't get a clear pathway to source for her. So please let us know if this is right or not, please, Elizabeth, because it's what I'm picking up here.
Okay.
Let's have a look at. I get option 2. Option 2. Option 2.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. Blessings. All right, let's go to Australia. We have Katrina. Katrina shared a whole sharing, and I'm not going to read it all, but really she's expressing so much pain in the lack of connection to not only to her heart, the heart of the divine, Mother Earth, and a lot of sadness around it and all of that. And so she would like to have a reading from you. And then there's a question that I think will be interesting for everyone. So first a reading, please, for Katrina.
I'm getting emotions and spiritual connection. She's got two going on here. Oh, goodness me.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
So which option of the program can support the best?
Definitely option one, darling. Definitely option one.
With the session.
Just looking at her. There's a trauma that's come up now as well. So, and as I said before, the trauma connects into the emotional, and then sometimes the emotions are so overwhelming that it takes over, and we lose our connection to source. Yeah. Our connection to the spiritual part of who we are. Ooh.
And yes, overwhelming is definitely present. Let me read the question that goes along with the request for reading. Katrina asks for guidance on whether the workshop, actually the whole program, would benefit my highest good at this moment. I feel like there might be too many different components in it for me right now, all the different audios. It seems a bit overwhelming, which is just what just came through. So how does the program work? I mean, we'll go into it in a moment, but do you have anything to answer to Katrina about how it's organized, how it's paced, and how it will take care of her?
Absolutely. Now, always remember, Katrina, and everyone else that's listening, the work we do, we're working with source energy. And source energy, when we surrender, source energy takes care of this. It's not in my hands, it's in Spirit's hands. So not only is it coming down and filtered down through my higher self, your higher self, but also through your own guide teams. So anything that is done, and the other thing is too, Sophie, and I have to really stress this, listen to your heart, or try at least to see if what I'm saying has resonance for you. If it doesn't resonate for you, then, it's not for you. But I cannot see, because I know the energies that I'm working with, I can't see how it can be this harmful. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think it's this overwhelm. When you're in overwhelm, especially emotional overwhelm, then everything becomes overwhelming, right? Or we feel that and fearful, and we may feel that, this is overwhelming, but it's actually the overall emotional overwhelm that is leaking over everything, right? It's just leaking.
Yes.
So,
and you take into consideration that the MP3s, in the end, it's energy infused inside those recordings, and that energy is coming from the highest energy matrix. So, and remember too, when this is being done, it doesn't come at you like an avalanche. It comes at you in a gentle place of grace, through grace. Okay, that's where it's coming through. Yeah. So don't be fearful of this. This is the trouble, and I find so many people have issues. It's fearful. We're holding too much fear, and we've all been programmed to do that from such an early age, even from in vitro. So it's it's a component. Fear is one of the worst things that we can embody. But for many of us, we have no choice because it's been programmed into us from a very young age. So it's not a criticism for anyone. It just is. There's no good, there's no bad. It just is. And fear is one of the things that we need to release and get rid of, because it holds us back from being all the power that we have. And we are extraordinary, all of you. Extraordinary beings. Know it. Own it. You're sovereign.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Thank you. No, don't be sorry. On the contrary, I love, and there is definitely a transmission of energy as you speak, because there's such a calming effect to what you just said, and not only the words themselves, but the energy that is carried. So thank you for offering this. Now, I think before, of course, we're going to do more readings. We're going to have you do more readings, but let's take this opportunity to dive into the program, dive into the package, so that we will know exactly what we're talking about, option 1, option 2. So let's take a moment to do that. So yes, Virginia, you've created really a wonderful offering, Triple Heart Coherence, and we want to hear all about it. So for everyone, you have a button on your webcast page. If you're on the replay, just scroll down the page. If you're on the phone, you can go on the web to gracefulconnections.com/Virginia2. So Virginia, please reveal what you have created for our audience.
Absolutely. So the very first one, the option 1, that's where they do a 30-minute one-on-one session with me. And if they're reading that right now, they will see what we spoke about, the spiritual hygiene component, which is the component that will help to release you from all of that negativity that we've picked up through life. And so we work with the chakras, the energy bodies, of which we have at least 7 main ones, all of the thought forms. Now, thought forms, what people don't realize is our negative thought forms is the law of attraction in action. When we think negatively, we pull in negative energy. So we need to learn how to release that from the mental body and then change that around to only think in a positive way. But it is difficult, but it's like anything else. It's like a muscle. If you keep doing it, it becomes easier and easier. Yeah? And the cordings. How many times have we corded to people and don't even understand that, or they corded to us? So all of these things is all part of your spiritual hygiene, and that will help you set you up to absolutely be clear as you go, through your day, through your life, which is so important. Now we also have 3 beautiful live group calls, and those group calls are the first one we're going to be connecting with is the physical heart. Now, we go into all the physical components of the heart and all the chambers and the arteries, the veins, etc. Our second one is healing your emotional heart. So this is where we will then start to go into the emotional part of the 3 hearts. And then we'll address this in different ways. We can also learn how to we unblock heart walls, which is really important, as you know, Sophie, because we can't receive and we can't give if we've got heart walls. We've been building up these heart walls for not only this life, but from past lives, and then we can't get anything through the heart. We can't feel the way we're meant to. Sadness becomes our main modus operandi, and that's not the way we were supposed to be. That is not your birthright. Your birthright was to have joy and bliss and happiness and peace in your lives. And so many of us are not anywhere near that happening. So that's what that emotional heart component would help you with. And then we go to the spiritual heart, where we then connect you to, and I'll go and use the hara line in this one too, to open your hara line and connect you to that very important component, which is your purpose and your potentiality. This hara line lies even deeper than the chakras. These are all the different energy parts of us which are completely forgotten, and most people don't understand. But there's so many parts to our energy matrix, and so these are all the little bits and pieces. And once that hara line is cleared and activated, this is your aha moment. You go, oh my goodness, it's like a light bulb goes on. So those are the healing components of the 3 different hearts and the 3 group calls. We do a lot in those group calls, and if anybody has questions and answers, I just go straight in and do what I have to do. So then we have a 21-day reset, where we recalibrate and reset your 3 hearts together. We do the best we can. We cleanse, heal, purify, and clear all that out. Because first of all, you have to clear before you can repair and reset and rejuvenate and all of that. So that's what we do in those 21 days. And on a Monday morning with my heart team, they set that in motion for the next 21 days from the Monday that you buy your package, the first Monday that you buy a package. And then we've got 5 audio recordings, MP3s. And here we go. The first one is the limiting beliefs banished. So we get rid of limiting beliefs. It's the thing that holds us back. You know, you have this greatness, you have these great dreams, and all these wonderful things that you want to achieve in your life. And then what happens? Life takes over. And then we lose that affinity. We lose that connection to the best that we can be. And that's because of our limiting beliefs. We start from the very beginning when we're in vitro, and as we come through life, we keep getting impacted by other people's beliefs which stop us from going forward. So we're working with that. Then we have an MP3 for controlling your stress, for your emotional heart health. Because stress is, if you listen to the video, the stress just is devastating for the heart, for the organs in your body, for your whole physicality. And you know, as we spoke about it in the video, Sophie, if there was a dinosaur appearing, everybody is stressed then, and your adrenals would be pumping out the adrenaline and the cortisol, and you'd run away to a cave and you hide, and then you calm down, and that stress component would be, you know, minimalized. But now, every day is a stressor for people. Every day. Just getting up in the morning, getting your children to school, you're having to go to work, traversing the traffic, all of that thing. Then you get into an office situation, and you're surrounded by work colleagues who maybe you don't see eye to eye with, or bosses, and on and on it goes. And and you're tired by the time you get home again, and maybe you've got somebody's bringing you a stressor to you, and so it's ongoing. And the vagus nerve, which you spoke about, and that stress component is constantly alive and alert, and yet it's doing our physical body so much damage. So that's that particular one about the stress for the emotional heart health. And then depression and emotional health. So this one I threw it in because I really know that there are a lot of people who are going through depression right now, and especially having come through what we've just done with the COVID and all the shutdowns, etc., and being on their own. And a lot of people are in a depressed state, even though they don't realize it. This is the thing. People are unaware that they even are depressed. But if you feel like you're stuck, sometimes that's usually a very good indicator. So that takes care of that one. And then we have the amazing broken heart syndrome, which I'm sure a lot of your listeners will probably have experienced it. And because a lot of people do, and that they just don't realize what it is. And that's
hello?
From emotional stress and a shock. Some people can be a shock of some kind, but always, and then it'll impact on the left ventricle, and then it'll go it'll blow up. So it will start to swell. And then when that happens, it affects all of the electrical components, the rhythm of the heart, the pumping of the heart. And so some people actually die from this if it's extreme, especially if they are grieving so badly for a loved one who has passed. And it's really, really very much a real thing, the broken heart syndrome. And our fifth MP3 is the vagus nerve. This is my beautiful nerve. I love this nerve.
Our best friend, the best friend of our our heart care.
It's and yet it's also digestive care. It's everything, right? It's the nerve that comes out. It's number 10 cranial nerve, comes out on both sides of the brain, and it travels down through the throat. Oh la la. And then it comes down into the lungs and the heart. So it connects to both those components. And remember, we talked about the heart and the lungs as working together.
Yeah.
Then it comes down to the digestive system, all the way down to the esophagus, the stomach, the digestive system, small and large intestines, into the liver and the gallbladder, and the pancreas. So all of this nothing stands alone where this vagus nerve is concerned. And then, of course, it goes into the kidneys and the spleen. Now, remember, we talked before about fear. Kidneys hold fear.
Yeah.
And that's it, end of story. So if we can clear that fear out of the kidneys, then we won't be subject to kidney disease. Yeah.
Right.
And then, of course, with the spleen is the largest organ in the lymphatic system. So if it's blocked, and a lot of people it is blocked, and that means the lymphatics are blocked, that means that the lymphatics aren't pumping off the waste and getting rid of it out of the body. So again, the swelling and on it goes. So this is why I love the vagus nerve, because we can control it. And I think we did did we do an exercise?
Yes, you guided an exercise. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And you shared about how you can tweak the vagus nerve back in place. So that's very precious. Yeah.
And it's really lovely because it happens so fast to get that down. But as we spoke before, though, common sense and rationality and emotion don't live in the same brain at the same time. That's the thing. But you got to catch it before that happens. So then the last part of the MP3s are the triple heart clearing activations.
Right.
So the first one is the physical and the emotion heart issues. And the second one is about thoughts, feelings, emotions. Now, thoughts, feelings, and emotions are what get us into trouble. Yeah? They're the things that impact us. They're the ones that go in and we're thinking about something, we feel that, and the emotions happen, and then you've got this cycle that's going on, thoughts, feelings, emotions. And I usually add in too images, sensations, and experiences, because a lot of people are visual, so they see images that also impact on the stress. So that's that one about clearing. And then, of course, we end with a wonderful one about helping to connect into the inner confident you, because we all have that. We've just forgotten it. Okay? We've just forgotten it. Because of all this other stuff that's going on, we've forgotten it.
Yeah.
And yet, we deserve it. We deserve it.
Yeah.
So those are the main components of what we
so that's the
package.
Full package. Yes, that's option one.
Is.
That's the full package. And option two is all of the same, only without the private session. Okay, so all the components, the 3 live workshops, the 21-day remote healing, reset, recalibration, the 5 audios plus 3 audios. So that's option 2. And it comes with a 2-payment option, even a 3-payment option to make it really accessible. So now we have clarity. Thank you so much, Virginia. We have clarity on this package, on option 1, option 2. We're going to go back to more readings. I want to remind everyone there will be a special announcement toward the end of our time together. So make sure to stay with us, because you will want to know about it. And with that, let's take a few more live callers, and we'll go then back to the Q&A. Let's go to the Twin Cities in Minnesota. 1098 are the last digits of your number. Unmuting you. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, welcome. What is your name, please?
Betty.
Hi,
Betty.
Hello, Betty.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call.
You're welcome.
And
no worries.
What is my number one heart in coherence?
So we're looking at goodness me, emotional, Betty. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sorry.
Yeah. I get it.
Oh la la. Oh, Betty, what on earth? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, girl.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Let me just just getting my energy back. Betty, so let's have a look here. Oh, goodness me, girl. There's trauma happening as well, or has happened, is that right?
Yeah, there's been trauma with my son and grandson, and I'm wondering if I'm holding it.
Oh, well, yes, darling, you are.
Yeah.
You are. And it's not surprising, because this is the emotional. Everything is connected, right? So you're watching your son and your grandson. I don't know what the scenario is, but you're
it was
obviously having.
It was almost the death of my son, and my grandson was in with it.
Yeah, so it's obviously taken its toll on your emotions. So that would be the biggest thing here, darling, I would say. When I look at you, and I would say option 1 if you can. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Thanks,
yeah.
Betty.
Is this affecting my ankle as well? I've got a pain in my back of my ankle, and it's been there for a few months already.
No, I think that's coming from further up your. Sorry. It's
coming from where?
Further up your leg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And remember what we spoke about earlier, that the ankle is about moving forward, being stuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Betty. Option 1 for you. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. We're going to New Orleans, and you're signed up as Y, the letter Y. So I'm unmuting you. Hello. Hello. Are you there? New Orleans. Y in New Orleans. Well, we can hear you there, but we can't hear you speak. Okay. All right. Then let's go to South San Francisco, California with Kathy. I'm unmuting you, Kathy. Hello.
Hi, Sophie. Thank you. Hi, Virginia.
You're welcome. Hi, Kathy. Welcome.
Hello, Kathy.
Hi. Yeah, I'd be interested to know right now what my number 1 point of heart incoherence is.
Sure. So just having a look at I'm getting again emotional, Kathy. You tell me if I'm right or wrong, lovely.
Yeah, I've been working on that, so thank you.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
No,
funny noises. Let's have a look. Oh, you again also had trauma. Kathy, is that right?
Yes.
Phew. When we, before we finish up, Sophie, can we just do a clearing for people with trauma? You know, like just an overall feature clearing?
Yeah, of course. Like a relief, right? I mean, we're not going to do a full-on healing right now. But why not do it? We could do it now if you feel, if it comes to your attention. Why not do it now?
Yeah. So this is my 7. I'm impromptu, right?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Kathy. So option 1 for Kathy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kathy. Blessings.
Thank you.
Okay. And thank you, Kathy, for bringing this calling to the attention of Virginia to be offering some relief. Some relief for now. Yes. Thank you. That's very kind and generous of you. Let's do that. Then we'll take more. We'll take more requests.
Sure. So when you think about the amount of people that we've had on the call so far, the common denominator was trauma, right? And emotions. Yeah. Now, take into consideration, as we spoke before, I think on the video, that emotions, we come to this earth plane to experience emotions. That's what we do. The earth plane is it's known to be the place where we can experience emotions. And when we experience emotions, that's a quick growth path for us to connect with our soul and back to source. Did you know that?
Well, I may have, but I love hearing it so specifically. I love hearing it clearly, and it sounds good to my ears, and I'm sure to many other ears. Like it's because it's really an invitation to embrace our emotionality, because we may get really frustrated with it, or even sometimes hating it, right? But which just adds up to even more emotions. But seeing the bigger picture and the perspective of that gives so much meaning and so much appreciation for it.
Exactly, which we think, oh, what the heck am I doing again? Here I go, I'm in this emotional roller coaster again. But in actual fact, it's that you chose to come to the earth plane. Nobody else did. You, your soul, and you made this decision to come. And as a consequence, because it is the planet that we can experience emotions on, many souls choose to come because that's a quick growth spurt for them to connect back to the source of all that is. That's it. And emotions are what does it. So we need to learn how to harness that emotion and to make it work for us rather than against us, which is the majority of us do. I mean, believe you me, Sophie, I've been on this trip, so I know what I'm talking about. I know what it's like to be on an emotional roller coaster, and it wasn't a good place to be. So anyway, I just thought I'd just throw that in because, So let's try. Just want everybody to cross your hands over your heart center, please. It's the middle of your chest. Just take a deep breath and close your eyes. And take your intention just down into your heart. And all we're going to do is just going to ask each one of you, because we're in the orb of grace, we're going to ask for that grace to help each and every one to clear as much trauma that needs to be gone as they possibly can. Just clear it away. You might see the waves of grace just coming down through you, down through your crown, down through your brain, just down through the whole of your head area. There we go. Down through your neck and down through into your hearts, down through your body, your torso, bottom half of your body, going all the way through you, your legs, your feet. We're going to ask that be taken down to Mother Earth, to be transformed and transmuted by her to use for her own healing purposes. And so it is. Making sure everyone's grounding that energy, grounding that energy of grace all the way through them, down to the center of Mother Earth. Phew. Thanks, Sophie.
Thank you. Yeah, feels better and able to go on. It's like when the room gets stuffy and you need to open the window and then it's like, oh, now it's better, right? It was getting stuffy. So, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Cool.
It'll be nice to hear if anybody felt any shifts as well. If they can write in or let us know.
Well, we're gonna go to London with Anna, so we're gonna ask Anna about it and take her request for a reading. Thank you, Virginia. All right, Anna, I'm unmuting you now. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I just felt a bit of tingling in my tummy when Virginia was talking.
Sorry, darling, say that again.
I just felt a bit of tingling in my tummy.
Sure. Okay, great. That's lovely. Thank you, Anna. So you want to know which is your biggest component? Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, let's have a look. Again, I get emotion, Anna. Yes or no? You tell me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, been on quite a journey the last couple of years.
Yeah, and you're not on your own. Everyone, in the world right now, there's so much that's going on that's causing us to tip over in our emotional bodies, because we do have an emotional body. And it's any wonder that I'm picking up emotions, right? Yeah. So there you go. Interestingly, I'm not picking up trauma with you, Anna. Can you tell me if that's true or not?
Well, I mean, I've processed a lot over the last kind of 3 years. It's been, I kind of found healing and that kind of thing. So, yeah, probably.
Just give me 1 minute here, darling. Just give me 1 minute here. Just hang on. I just want to try and ask my guy something here. Hang on. There we go. So what I was trying to ascertain from my team, because you are not showing the trauma right now, but before you before I did the process, you had trauma showing then. Do you know that? Yeah, because we can go back in time. Remember, energy, you can go back and forth in time. Yeah. So when I go back, before I did the exercise, I picked up trauma then, but not now.
Yeah.
Right? But it would still need some, I would say, more retention. Does that make sense? What we did was we did like a dusting, like a stardust through everybody.
Yeah.
But it was it was effective, so it tells me that it's ready to go, and now is a good time to take care of this.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So
I would say
option one, option two for
option two
Anna.
for her.
Option two for Anna. Yeah. Ready to.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Anna.
Because she was the guinea pig for this, right? You know, like
absolutely. Yeah, we took you by surprise, baby. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, blessings. Okay.
Sophie,
all right.
It took me by surprise, Sophie. It took me by surprise.
Absolutely. Well, we do this. We go with whatever is showing up, and we follow the lead, right? The divine lead, and
absolutely.
Yeah. Wonderful. All right, let's go back to our Q&A where we have so many requests. That's really, really wonderful. Let's go to Port Townsend with Julie.
Hi, Julie. No noise from Julie?
She's on the Q&A. Sorry, she's a written request.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry, Port Townsend for Julie.
Sorry, I thought she was going to be on the air. Sorry. Okay, so let's have. I'm getting emotional again with Julie. Looking at physical, emotional, and spiritual is good. So again, this component. Excuse me. This is definitely emotional for her as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a look at. So I'm getting a little bit of trauma still in her system. Okay, so whatever's happened must have been pretty strong for it to be still there. Because remember, we just did a light dusting, a light clearing.
Yeah.
So I would definitely, but it's not severe like some of the cases that we've had. So definitely. Option 2 would be great for Julie.
Option 2 for Julie. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you, Julie. Blessings. All right. We are going to, let me see. We're going to Madrid with Trisha.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's travel the world. Trisha in Madrid.
Hi, Trisha. So let's have a look for Trisha. I'm getting definitely emotional. This is really quite strong as compared to Judy. So I'm getting quite strong with the emotional for Trisha. I'm also getting slight spiritual as well. So that there's been a disconnect somewhere here. Okay. And looking out, I'm also getting trauma showing as well. So obviously these things are all coming together again. You know, nothing stands alone. That's for sure. Nothing.
Right.
Thank you.
Which option for Trisha? Option
one?
I
beg your pardon. Yeah.
That's okay.
I would say option 2. Yeah, because of the intensity. Yeah, the intensity, and you can hear by my voice when it's intense. Yes.
So option 2 or option 1 with the session, with the intensity?
Option 1, lovely. Option 1.
Okay, option 1 with the session for Trisha. Okay. All right. Thank you, Trisha. Blessings. We are going to Nyborg with Vivian. Vivian wants to know what's her number one point of heart incoherence, and says she appreciates your wonderful work to assist the healing of the heart of all of us during this time of change.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, Maddie.
Yes.
Yeah. So looking at, again, I get emotions. And I'm also getting trauma for her as well. So I would definitely suggest option one.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the intensity in my voice, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can hear when
it's strong, when it really needs to be shifted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
okay, option
sometimes,
one.
Yeah, sometimes, Sophie, the energy is so strong I can't voice it through my throat. I have to whisper.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when it's really strong.
All right, Vivian, option one for you. Thank you. Blessings.
Thanks, Vivian.
Yeah. Okay, we're going now to Campbell River with Bonnie.
With who? Bonnie?
Bonnie.
Bonnie. Right.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Bonnie, yes. Sorry for my pronunciation. Everyone gets a bit of a...
I thought you said Bonnie. Oh, no, Bonnie. Okay, Bonnie.
Bonnie.
As in a Bonnie lass, yes. She's a Bonnie lass. Okay, so let's have a look at Bonnie. And Bonnie, she's got the three components. Something, I get a little heart issues. I also get emotional and I get spiritual. Oh, jeez. And I get the trauma as well. So Bonnie's obviously had quite a... Bonnie's life hasn't been exactly harmonious, so I would say definitely option one with Bonnie. Oh, gosh. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you. Thank you, Bonnie. Option one for you. Blessings. Thank you, Virginia. Take a moment for yourself.
Shoo. There we go. It's me.
You're back on your feet. You're doing, just so amazing. You're doing such a wonderful job and so generously. Are you good to keep going?
Oh, yes, yeah. I just have to tell them to back off. I just say disconnect.
You're the authority. You know your your
exactly.
place. You're the authority,
yeah.
and that's part of the energy and spiritual hygiene is to know who is the authority and to reclaim our authority and to be able to claim it and use it and to just dismiss like this gets out of here, and so we can be confronted to massive energies, but still remain in our sovereignty and send them back to wherever they belong and hold ourselves, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you are in charge. We are.
Exactly.
And the spirit wants to work with us. That's fine. And because we are helping, are able to help with everyone out there, and because of the vibration and the frequency that we hold, so that's what happens. But when they come in like that, I always have to say disconnect because they're coming in too close. And and it gets too much.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You're just such a role model and such an inspiration for everyone. Yes, this is how we want to behave with energy. This is how we want to behave. Absolutely. And to know what's right and to know our place. All right. Beautiful.
Yes.
Let's go to Hutchinson with Sandra.
Okay, so Sandra in Hutchinson. Let's have a look at Sandra's energy. Again, with Sandra, I get both emotional and spiritual. The physical seems to be not so bad, but those other two components are really quite strong. excuse me, and just look at no, again, it's trauma she's got going with her. Oh, no. And I would just strongly suggest that if she can, option 1 is the best one for her. Oh.
Okay, Sandra, option 1 for
you. Thank
you.
you, Sandra. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't want to push you all into option 1. It's just you can tell by my voice.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're here for a reason, for reason to get the resolution of issues. So it's absolutely relevant.
So Sophie, what I really, really take my hat off to people who come through their lives with all of these different components being part of their reality and how they traverse it. How they've managed to get through their lives, I really take my hat off to them because it's not an easy place to be. And even Spirit does. Spirit does the same thing. Spirit actually takes their hat off to you because they know how difficult it is being a human and having to traverse the world the way we do. So top marks to you all.
Absolutely. And it becomes easier when we have the tools, the practices, when we have resolution of the major issues, and then we take care by ourselves. When we have the ways of taking care, then it becomes easier. So that's, All right. Thank you, Sandra. Blessings to you. We are going to Montmoreau in France with Sean.
Oh, now we're in France. Hi, Sean. Let's have a look at Sean. I get emotional heart for Sean. Very unusual for a man to be showing emotional.
Let me share. Yeah. Sorry, I should have shared this, but I will now. There was a sharing from Sean. I always connected instantly and divinely. I appear to have lost that, and my heart is closed. I am healing and integrating a lot of aspects. So.
Yep. So that would explain what I'm picking up here. Physical heart, it's pretty good. But the emotional heart is the issue that I'm getting. And the spiritual, there's a little bit of the spiritual stuff too. So his disconnect is definitely there and alive and well. And let's have a look at. I get a little bit of trauma going on here as well. So if for Sean, I would definitely recommend option 1 because he needs to clear the paths of those two, the emotional and the spiritual.
Right.
And I don't know whether I spoke with you earlier about this, Sophie, but I am working on trauma at the moment as well. I'm getting a lot of good results from trauma. So if we can if we can fit that into the 30 minutes, then let's just do it. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wonderful. All right. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Blessings. All right. Let's go to Silver Spring with Saiba.
Okay. Hi, Saiba. Is that a human or is it cyborg?
I cannot answer. I can only say now. With my pronunciation. I mean, who knows how I pronounce?
No.
And I want to apologize to everyone. You get your own version of your own Sophie version of your name once when I do that, and I need to apologize. I hope everyone's okay with that. That's my personal touch to your name. Okay.
It just makes for fun, though, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It's fine.
We need to have
so
fun.
Let's have a look at Simon. Jesus, emotions. Again, I give it cyber emotions and spiritual, the two things together. There's no coherence there with the 3 hearts. Goodness me. Disconnect. Thank you. also get there's been a lot of trauma in this person's life as well. I would definitely do option 1 for you if you can. Disconnect.
Yeah. Okay.
Disconnect. Let me speak properly. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah. So thank you very much, Saiba.
Okay. Thank you, Saiba. Blessings. Thank you. Okay. Let's go on. We are going to Denver, Colorado with Susan.
Hi, Susan. So let's have a look at you, lovely. I get a little bit of heart issues with Susan. I hear a lot of emotional stuff with Suzanne in the spiritual. So she's got 3 going on here, 3 issues. And then obviously the emotional is disturbing this physical and the spiritual as well. I don't know. And I'm also picking up trauma with Susan. Disconnect, guys. Thank you. And I would definitely do option 1 for Susan. Thank you. Sophie.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Blessings to you. Thank you. All right. Going to New York with Sherwood.
Sherwood. Okay. Thank you. Looking at Sherwood's energy. A little bit of hard things going on there with Sherwood. Looking at get emotional. A lot of emotional component. Jesus. And looking out the spiritual. So there's 3 going on here, but the least of them is the heart, obviously. But the really impacting one is the emotions, and then it's connecting to the spiritual. So there's definitely incoherence here. Okay. And I'm also picking up trauma as well. Thank you, Sherwood. I would do option 1, lovely, if you can. Disconnect that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Sherwood. Blessings. Wonderful. Let's go to a live caller. We have a hand raised. So North Syracuse, New York, 7997. Unmuting you. Hello.
Hi, this is Rachel. How are you?
Hi, Rachel. Very good. Welcome.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Virginia.
Good.
What a treat to hear you again.
Thank you, my dear. Sure. So just having a look at your physical heart.
Yeah, it's been a tumultuous year.
Sorry, lovely?
It's been a tumultuous year.
Oh, bless you. I think you would probably 100,000 people and more will probably say the same thing.
To whom has it not been? If anyone has not had.
But thank you for bringing that up because, yes, you're quite right.
Yes.
A tumultuous year indeed for the majority of people all over the world. Yeah, all over the world. So just looking at your physical heart, clear, and your emotional heart, lovely. Yeah, there's a component. And looking at your spiritual, there's a disconnect between, so those 2 are showing up. Does that make sense to you or not, lovely?
Yes, it does.
You know, I can... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I've lost my train of thought now because, yeah. Go ahead.
I was relieved that you weren't immediately concerned about my physical heart. So that's a relief.
No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not picking up with your physical heart. The majority of people here, I'm not picking up the effects on their physical. Mind you, when we go in and do one-on-ones, that we may find something else. But when I scan at this point in time, no. And I'm not saying that you've got any issue there, but I'm just saying it for other people too. When we do one-on-ones, then more will probably show up. So just looking at your, I'm not picking up trauma. You tell me if I'm right or wrong, darling. Have you worked through it yet or not?
Well, I have been working some on it.
Okay, brilliant. So it's not glaringly obvious. It's not shining in, big shining light to me. But your emotional and the spiritual is definitely there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say option 2 is fine for you. Got it?
All right. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you.
Yeah.
Blessings. Okay. Now back to the Q&A. If you're good to keep, are you good to keep going, Virginia, for a little while?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, wonderful. I love it. I appreciate so much, and I'm sure everyone appreciates. That's the spirit of intuitive readings galore, is to have plenty and do as many as we can. I really, really appreciate
it. Hang on, Sophie. Sophie, stop. Is galore a French word?
No, it's not, but I've practiced my... I love this.
You've embraced it well.
I've embraced it well, yes. Absolutely, thank you. And especially when it is a really galore, like when we do it, the way you do it, like getting so many people served, I guess my pronunciation aligns to the word. So that's how it happens. Thank you.
All good.
Okay, let's go to Chicago with Thelma. Thelma in Chicago.
Hi, Thelma. Let's have a look. Is Thelma going to be talking, or is she on the...
she's on the Q&A, so...
Oh, Q&A, okay. So
yeah.
Thelma's...
We're back to the Q&A, yeah.
Okay, I'm getting a physical issue with Thelma's heart. And a very big emotional component is here as well. And then I look at the spiritual. Spiritual is fine. I'm not getting an issue with spiritual. It's the emotional and the physical component with, excuse me, with Thelma. And the component of trauma that's gone on for her as well. I would say definitely option 1 for Thelma. Thank you, Thelma.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Thelma. Blessings. Thank you. All right, let's go to Saint Ignatius with Sylvia.
Sylvia, thank you. Sylvia. I'm getting a slight issue with Sylvia's heart. Looking at a big component in the emotional and also in the spiritual. So there's very much a disconnect with the 3. The main one being emotional. Disconnect. And I pick up some trauma with Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely recommend option 1 for Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you. Blessings. All right. Let's go to Cambridge, Massachusetts with Lisa.
My goodness, we've been all over the place in America, haven't we? Except for Hawaii. You haven't been to Hawaii yet. Yeah,
no,
Hawaii?
I don't see Hawaii on my list. Otherwise, I would pick it. But
that's fine. So we're in Massachusetts with Sylvia. Is that right?
Lisa.
Oh, I beg your pardon. With Lisa. Thank you. Looking at Lisa's heart component. I'm not getting an issue with her heart. Looking at the emotional, definitely issue with emotions. And looking at the spiritual. Spiritual's great. So you need to get that emotional stuff under control, or bring it in and bring it in as coherence with your other 2 hearts. Let's have a look at. I would suggest option 2 for Lisa. Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Blessings. All right, let's go back to a live caller. We're going to Brentwood, New York with Susan. I'm unmuting you, Susan. Hello.
Hi, Sophie and Virginia. I love working with you guys.
Welcome.
I would like to know about my heart.
Sure. Suzanne, is it, or Susan?
It's Susan. That's fine.
Susan, thank you. So looking at Susan, are you aware that there's an issue with your heart, lovely?
I have had triple bypass, and I am under care right now, but I'm wondering where it's at. Yeah.
So I get a slight issue there with your physical heart. I'm looking at your emotional heart. Disconnect. And if I look at your spiritual heart, so the two is I'm getting emotional and the physical. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out recently I have energy moving around and I can't decide if it's physical or release of emotion and trauma, and I'm not really sure what was happening. But there's definitely a lot of energy around my heart these days.
Yeah. So I get a slight component of trauma as well that's going on there. So I
have
would
a lot of
at
trauma in my body, and I've been trying to release it. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes we just need an outside, some outside help to do that.
Right.
Sometimes, we work on it ourselves, for ages, and nothing seems to shift. Sometimes if you just get someone with a little bit of perspective and can go in and check it out, and that the shift can be quite astronomical. Does that make sense to you, Lenny?
Yes, because I've done the series with you for my thyroid and adrenals, and I did a bunch of series with you. It was going and bing, bang, boom, find my levels and raise them up. So, yes.
Coming back for more.
So, Susan, if I have a look at your thyroid right now, the thyroid on the right is fine and the thyroid on the left is fine. So, obviously, we've done some good there from my perspective.
There you go.
What do you think? Yeah. So I would do the option 1 if you can. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Love you both.
We need to look at that heart of yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, sweetie.
Absolutely. Thank you, Susan. Blessings. Beautiful. Thank you. So encouraging. When you do something, you get results, then you keep going. You do the next thing on the list. Now, heart is on the list.
Because we're so impacted by life. Yes. Yeah. When you're a child, and when you're a child, you're just so free, and you're just full of joy, and you're full of enthusiasm and wonderment. That's what I love about children. They are in wonderment at all times, which is why they're sponging up things all the time. But as we start to get older and life that gets in the way, we kind of lose all that, and because we get bogged down by the negative energies that are coming at us. So, everybody out there, please don't feel that you're to blame, because you're not. This is the way our lives end right now, and all the things that are happening to us right at this point in time of our lives. It comes through a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're on the grill, kind of on the grill, right?
Yeah.
So getting fried. Anyway, thank you. All right, let's go back a bit in Europe. We're going to Belgium, Ghent in Belgium, with Sophie. Sophie in Belgium.
Right.
Oh, that's on the Q&A. That's on the Q&A. It's not on the.
Okay, so Sophie's on the Q&A. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at Sophie's. I'm getting an issue with Sophie's physical heart. I'm getting a bigger issue with her emotional heart. And looking at the spiritual heart of Sophie, all of those 3 components is definitely an issue with the coherence here, lovely. All right. And I strongly suggest option 1 for you. Oh.
Okay. Option 1 for you, Sophie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you. Blessings. All right, let's go to Phoenix, Oregon with Wade.
Wade. Hello, Wade. Let's have a look with Wade. I'm getting an issue with Wade's heart, physical heart. And I'm looking at the emotional component. I'm not getting an issue with emotions with Wade. But the disconnect in spiritual I do get. So those 2 things are the spiritual and the physical are showing up as an issue for you, Wade. All right. looking at there's trauma involved as well. Interesting. I just want to go back and check on that emotion stuff. Wow. Now, this is almost, you know how we've had all women up until now except for Sean, and now we've got Wade, and I'm not picking up the emotional component for Wade. And that, for me, is normally what men show. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They are, and I'm not sure whether it's because they're not connected to their this emotional side of them, or what it is. But they seem to hold their emotions better than women do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Who knows? I mean, okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is for you, Wade. Okay. Did you scan? Sorry, for which option for Wade?
Let's have a look. I would do option 1 because of the physical heart thing, Wade. All right. So if we need to go in there and have a deep dive and clear out the physical heart and see what's going on there, then that would be the option for you. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Blessings to you, Wade. All right, let's do a couple more, and then we want to go to our special announcement. We're going to go to Arizona with Cindy. Cindy writes, so she wants a reading, and she says, I've been experiencing heartache for several years now and hope to be free from it in this lifetime. What's my number 1 point of heart incoherence?
Oh, bless you, Cindy. Let's have a look. I get a very small component in the physical heart. I get a big component in the emotional heart. Hence the heartache. And I also get an issue with the spiritual one as well. So there's definitely, and I would say, disconnect. Oh, sorry. And I would say that the emotional component is so overwhelming for Cindy that it's blocking the spiritual and it's starting into the physical for her. So option 1, please, Cindy, would be really, really good for you, darling. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Cindy. Blessings. All right. Let's go back to Europe, in London, with Manisha.
Hello, Manisha. So she's a Q&A, yes?
Yes.
Looking at the physical heart for Manisha. No. Looking at the emotional heart, Manisha. What a surprise! Gosh. Oh la la. Looking at the spiritual connection. Her emotional heart is overriding her life. Okay. Looking at I'm picking up only a small amount of trauma, but the emotional component that she's showing is really, really, it's overwhelming. Not physical, and her spiritual, I'm not picking up any blockage there. It's the emotional. So I would definitely say option 2 for Manisha.
All right. Wonderful.
Thank you, Manisha.
Thank you, Manisha. Blessings. All right, that's going to be closing our amazing intuitive readings galore. You really took it to the galore. Virginia, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. So it's time to wrap up and to get to our special announcement. I'm inviting you all to gracefulconnections.com/Virginia2 or click the button if you're on the webcast page, or if you're on the replay, just scroll down, Triple Heart Coherence. Let me wrap it up. Option 1 is the full package with the one-on-one private session with Virginia, plus everything that is in option 2, which is the 3 live workshops healing the triple heart, the 21-day reset recalibration remote healing, 5 audio set ultimate heart healing, and then bonus 3 audio set triple heart activation. So all of that is option 2, and option 1 is all of that plus the one-on-one private session. You have a 2 payment option, even a 3 payment option. And I'm pretty sure even if you didn't get your own reading, Virginia has offered so many of them and so many insights. I'm sure that you get a sense of your own heart incoherence, and above all, how Virginia can masterfully support you with the healing and the realignment of your three hearts. Now is the time for the grace of abundance to flow into our gathering. Yes. So I mentioned a special announcement. So here it is. Virginia is offering a fast action bonus for Triple Heart Coherence, whether option 1 or option 2, purchased until midnight Pacific time on Sunday, November the 19th. Virginia, what is it that you are offering as a fast action bonus?
Certainly. So it's an MP3, which is to release the emotions that are stored in your heart. Now, I think one of the ladies talked about how much sadness she's been carrying in her heart. And so this is ideal for you. So we talked about, I think on the video, about grief and sadness. And this is something that's endemic in all of us. None of us are free from this. And what happens is when we have issues where we've been grieving so badly, and then the sadness, because they work together like, two peas in a pod, the lungs and the heart. So the grief is stored in the lungs and the sadness in the heart. So this is what this MP3 is about. It's about clearing all that out so that you're free to be able to experience the receiving and the giving of love. Simple as that. It opens your heart up so that you are able to be a more loving person, a more loving being, and remembering too that by doing this, our relationships become better. Our relationships not only with our loved significant others, but also with the family, with our friends, with our work colleagues. We are much more open, and we're not guarded, because this is what happens when we are hurt through life. And we get a lot of us hurt through life, especially as the inner child is very much on the forefront of this, getting hurt. And so we close the heart down and we store these emotions in our hearts and sadness. And we talked, I think, before about how older people are they're guarded, their shoulders are rounded because they're protecting the heart and the lungs. And they don't even know they're doing that. The body already goes into this automatic way of being when we protect our heart and our lungs because of grief and sadness. And a lot of times, this grief may not be necessarily about a loved one. This grief is about you, yourself, and how your life hasn't panned out the way you wanted. All your dreams
that have been killed by your limiting beliefs.
Absolutely.
Right? That's part of it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And I find that a lot when we go in and when I don't do anything. All we do is do the process about how to release the emotions in the heart. And then I go back and scan again, and there's such a big difference. The clearing has already happened because we've gotten rid of the emotions. End of story. It's really, really quite remarkable how you can go from, a really clogged heart and a really closed down heart to when we clear out all the sadness from the heart, then it's just like, oh my gosh, breath of fresh air and an opening. So it's really important. It is,
really, and I really love that you're offering this specifically as a fast action bonus. Well, for a number of reasons. One, definitely there is so much sadness and grief. I mean, that's the way of the world at the moment, right? And so offering a solution to that is really, really very timely. Also, as you said, love, it opens to love. Well, what's on the other side of sadness? That's love. Well, the way I see sadness, to me, it's like a curtain. It's like a curtain that covers up, that masks the immensity of our love. And once we can pull this, either we get caught up in this curtain and trapped into it, right? Or if we can pull it and step on the other side of it, then we are immersed in the love that we feel for that we have lost or that we feel we have lost. But there's also some illusion of loss. There's so much going on there. So that brings much more love to our life, and we certainly need that. And also what I love in this that you're offering is that it is amazingly fast. It's a 10 minutes. I call it a quick and powerful audio solution, and I love that because it means we can use it every day if we need to.
Absolutely.
It's really something that that is so actionable. And so I really, really want to say that this is such a perfect, I love it. I really love it. Release deep emotions stored in your heart. So everyone, make sure to take action now to receive your quick and powerful audio solution, your Release Deep Emotions Stored in Your Heart. That's in gratitude for your purchase of Triple Heart Coherence, either option 1 or option 2, until or before this Sunday, November 19th at midnight Pacific. That's when the Fast Action bonus expires. It is such a perfect complement to either one option of your program. I really love it. Thank you so much, Virginia. Thank you. Very grateful.
Thank you,
very
Sophie.
generous. Yeah, thank you. And thank you, everyone.
It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for your consideration. Yes. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to breathe, to be present once again to the orb of grace, allowing it to remain there, holding us, holding all that we have received, all that we have experienced today, all the awareness that we have gained with all these readings, allowing the orb of grace to hold us for as long as it serves our highest good, our evolution, and the highest good of all. And I'm closing now by giving gratitude to each and every one of you in the audience. Thank you for answering yes to the calling of grace and the calling of your three hearts to come together in coherence for greater power and higher love and divine love. Thank you everyone. Gratitude, immense gratitude to you. Wonderful, Virginia Rounds Griffiths. Thank you so much for all the wisdom, the brilliance, all the offerings you have gifted us today through all the graceful connections that have been woven with you, your masterful expertise of the heart, all three hearts. Thank you for your generosity of heart, for sure, of time, of wisdom, and all that you are offering to our audience. It is very precious, very appreciated. Thank you so much, Virginia.
Thank you, Sophie, and thank you to everyone that was listening today and who participated. So much love, gratitude, and thanks to you all.
Absolutely. Thank you. And so it is. And also we give our gratitude to Christel Hughes and the Academy for the Soul for offering this platform in which graceful connections grow and expand, impacting our lives, our environment, and the world at large, creating heaven on earth. Yes. Gratitude to the Orb of Grace for providing a safe, sacred space for this journey of exploration. And gratitude for all the grace we are blessed with at every moment, whether we're aware of it or not. It's offering all the nourishment, the nurturing, the healing, the revelations, and the realizations that we open our hearts to receive, for sure. Gratitude to our higher selves and all the higher beings who guide, support, and protect us. Gratitude to our hearts, no matter in what shape, what state they are. Our physical heart, our emotional heart, our spiritual heart. Let's give them gratitude at this moment, and gratitude to the divine. Thank you. Until we meet again, many graceful blessings to you all. Thank you, and goodbye now.